Welcome back to Park City Television, everybody. It's Conrad Jacobellis, and I have three guests on the couch right now here to talk about what the Utah Outdoor Association is and what they do. Please welcome me in joining Alex, Dustin, and Lena from the Utah Outdoor Association. Thank you three for joining us.
Yeah, we're happy to be here.
Yeah, thank you very much.
So, Dustin, I guess I will start with you. What is the Utah Outdoor Association?
Yeah, so Utah Outdoor Association is a business association for Utah's outdoor brands. We offer networking, events, workforce development, and just kind of community ecosystem building for those different businesses who are part of our membership.
And how did this all form?
So this came to be and has actually come to be over a number of years as many conversations were happening up at the Capitol, Office of Recreation, EDC Utah, and people, as well as many of the industry brands, but didn't really have a forum where everybody could come together and have a discussion. And so as we saw that need, we felt that we could bring together a lot of groups. And so we started talking with all of those offices, as well as the business leaders and the major outdoor companies. And together they decided we could form the Utah Outdoor Association, and the brands committed to it, and that's how we got it kick-started.
I think that's really interesting, kind of forming a group to bring other groups together in something, like the outdoors, where you kind of think, oh yeah, there's categories like biking and hiking and other things like that, but you don't necessarily think that they're different groups, and sometimes people don't affiliate with a certain type of group. So that's just something, when I was reading about this, I thought that was really interesting, that like, hey, we're all outdoors, let's all come together under one big flag.
And that's exactly what we're hearing, is there's some groups that weren't at the same table, and we want to be an open group to have everybody come and talk and see how the business economy can be forged together for everybody's needs.
And then, Lena, how did you get involved with it?
So I've been passionate about working in the outdoor industry for the last almost 8 years, and that has changed my professional career path. And finding a group that wants to strengthen other businesses, and my involvement is to help give back to the different companies that form the outdoor industry in Utah. And frankly, that's why I'm in Utah. It was because of the outdoor recreation. So helping some of the newer businesses, we share best practice, and education is going to be a big part of that. And in the human resources realm, sharing ways to attract and retain the best employee and talent base is something that we all work on in our own different industries. So that's the kind of exchange that we're learning from each other and having conversations about doing business in outdoor industry in Utah.
And Alex, same question to you. How did you get involved?
Yeah, so DPS relocated from out of state to Utah about 8 or 9 years ago, and largely because of the access to the Wasatch Front, which was great for a lot of reasons. I mean, for personal benefits for employees being able to be in the mountains and active, but also from an R&D perspective, being able to test skis on a daily basis and kind of get that feedback more quickly. And then the supply chain and resources available in this region are really beneficial to us, as we were basically reshoring manufacturing from overseas. So it's been a really good place for us. And then as far as the Utah Outdoor Association in general, there are other good associations that are doing good things, like Ski Utah for the resorts and that tourism economy. But for the brands specifically, it really comes down to the idea that you don't know what you don't know. And we're just seeking an opportunity to speak more with other brands like Specialized or Goal Zero or Cotopaxi or whoever it might be, and understand the challenges that we all face mutually. And a lot of times they aren't different than other industries, but sometimes they are really unique. So it's nice to have a forum where we can come together and have very like-minded leadership and businesses that can support each other and help each other in that way. So that's really a really good thing for us to support. And then ultimately from that, we'll be able to retain and hopefully cultivate more talent and more learning in contact with different resources in the community, whether it's the local universities or economic development groups or those types of things that we can benefit from as well. So there's a lot of things that tie into this for us.
And I think that was an important part you hit on, that you said, every group has their own specialized difficulties, but yet there's an underlying theme that is kind of general to everybody. Do you guys see this as a coalition to also try to maybe make people who are interested in skiing or biking maybe get into other areas too? Like, hey, I'm a skier, I'm not really into hiking. Hey, we can help you find an association that will get you into hiking.
I think in general, a lot of people are doing a lot of the different activities, and ultimately, our goal is to help businesses get their product out there. And so, absolutely, I mean, it's a networking group, and the consumer is always in our minds. However, I think that they're going to naturally find a lot of that stuff on their own through just their own activities, and we're more focused on kind of business activities and on the business side of things than straight to consumer at this point.
If there is an outdoor company who maybe will want to become associated with you, where can they go to get in contact?
Yeah, so the best place is to go to utahoutdoor.org, and there's forms there they can fill out. There's a membership section there, and they can see pricing and everything on that they need, and that's the first place I'd reach out.
Beautiful. Now, I want to just talk about something real quick where I think it's interesting that you guys are also promoting the industry to the public. It's not just, hey, we're going to have these industries all come together, but you're also promoting to the public. I mean, as someone who lives in Park City, it's kind of like, oh, there's all these companies. Have you found that this is beneficial to people finding other things? Have you found people being like, hey, I've never heard of Specialized. Now I know what you guys are because of this association.
Yeah, absolutely. Utah has a lot of outdoor brands here, and seeking the best talent, and not everybody's aware of who is operating locally. And so this does bring brand awareness, and when people find out, oh, you are in Utah, they start looking at your job board, and creating the best workforce possible requires some awareness that you are operating and thriving in this region. So absolutely, the outreach and coming together as a group to grow all of our visibility benefits all of us.
Totally, and again, it's important that there's companies to help people in specified areas, but it's also mainly the public is also going to have to figure out about these companies, correct? That's one of the whole points too, is, hey, you guys are all coming together to help each other, but ultimately you still need the public to ride alongside you. Yeah. Now, Utah Outdoor Association has a value of adventure that it says, hey, being in the outdoors benefits people mentally and physically. Alex, can you maybe talk about that value that Utah Outdoor Association has?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, for us, sometimes we joke that we could be making toaster ovens or we could be making skis, and it's a lot more fun to be making skis. But in a lot of ways, our operations are very similar to any other manufacturer. But it's just more fun to have a product that people want to take home on the weekend and play with and get excited about and talk about over the weekend and that kind of thing. So it is really a passion-based industry in general as far as the outdoor industry, and people just really like to be active and outdoors. So as much as we can help to foster that and facilitate more of that, it's good for us as a company, but it's also good for our community. So we're always looking for chances to foster more of that for sure.
Joining the Utah Association, Outdoor Association, and any of you three can talk about this. Is there anything that you learned or maybe got a different perspective on through this association with the outdoors?
Absolutely. We tend to know what the issues are in our own special area of business. And so getting to know what the challenges are for the other types of businesses that we don't always associate with. We don't attend the same trade shows, for example. So being able to talk openly and learn from each other about what the issues are has been really great.
Dustin?
Yeah, I completely agree. I also think just getting to know one another better. A lot of empathy is brought when all these different brands and different sectors of the outdoor community come together. And so that networking has been extremely valuable, and you can always pull something from somebody else and what they're doing, and it's applicable. You just might have to spin it a little, but you're not always thinking that way. And so that's what I have really taken away, is just how much value there is to all of us sitting down together.
Alex, same question.
Yeah, and I would just add that I think you continue to learn what other things are out there that are accessible to us that we are not trying to compete with, but just be a complement to. So things like Ski Utah or Silicon Slopes, or different forums where people are talking about similar topics and similar concerns that we can tap into too. So that's been a good learning experience for me to understand what other brands are tapping into that's already available in the community that we're not trying to replicate, but just be a complement to.
And it's friendly competition. I mean, you guys, are businesses, but it's not like, oh, we hate those people. It's like, hey, we want to see you guys succeed too. And hey, you know, we have these people, you can send them their way, or you know, vice versa. So it's all friendly competition.
Yeah.
We want to elevate Utah as a whole, and however we can all do that together. And we're already seeing those collaborations work where we have partnerships with EDC Utah that we're pushing and pulling what are our services that we can offer. And so they're suggesting members to us, and we're offering benefits to companies who are coming into the state through our network. You know, they land here and they're able to get started with a group that we think is pretty unique to what Utah's offering.
And then you're offering a special service, a summit, I should say, at the Adventure Gear Festival and at Snowbird. Can you talk about this a little bit?
Absolutely. So we're really excited. It's actually kind of our kickoff event. And so it's called the Utah Outdoor Midsummer Summit.
Okay.
And it will be happening in conjunction with Adventure Gear Fest, which is up at Snowbird. We'll be doing a half-day business conference for all the exhibitors and any other outdoor company that wants to come and learn business best practices from some of the leaders across our field.
Beautiful.
And that will be on June 28th from 7:30 to noon. And you can go to our website and find a link to register for that event as well.
Perfect. Lena, if more people want to find out about Specialized, where can they go to?
Specialized.com.
Alex, about
Yeah.
DPS skis?
Yeah, dpsskis.com. Keep it pretty simple, and of course all the social networks as well, for sure. Yeah.
Well, Alex, Dustin, and Lena, thank you so much for coming on, and thank you so much for making the Utah Outdoor Association. Again, I said I think it's important to kind of have this overarching flag that all these associations can come to and network together to ultimately make Utah the best outdoor experience. Thank you, you three.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Appreciate it.
All right, guys, we've got more coming up on Park City Television. We'll be right back.